Good morning, children. Today I am going to start with hybridization, and it is a book back question also. Very important 5 mark question. You know very well what is meant by hybridization and hybrid. It's a method of producing new crop varieties in which two or more plants of unlike genetically constituents is all crossed together that result in a progeny called hybrid. That's it. Hybridization is a definition of crop varieties, two or more crop varieties with unlike genetically constituents crossed and produce the progeny called hybrid, and the process is called hybridization. And hybridization offers improvement in crop and is the only effective means of combining together the desirable character of two or more varieties of species. The first natural hybridization was observed by Cotton Mather in maize plant. Okay, so what is the advantage of hybridization, or what are the significance of hybridization? So already I said hybridization is crossing of two or more varieties with genetically unlike constituents. Species are crossed and produce the progeny called hybrid. When we are crossing like this two genetically unlike constituent, unlike species are crossed, we can bring the desirable characters of both the species in a single progeny. This is a advantage of hybridization. The first natural hybridization observed by Cotton Mather in maize plant. Then here, what are the steps involved in hybridization? Is a 5 mark question. Steps involved in hybridization are as follows. Selection of parents. First we will select the male and female parent, which both are genetically unlike from each other. Okay, male and female plants of the desired characters are selected. Both should be tested for their homozygosity. That means the characters of male and female should possess homozygosity. That means it should not possess any heterozygotes. That means they should not have any mixing of alleles. They should have a same alleles in their allelic forms of gene. That is called homozygosity. Next, emasculation. Emasculation, it is the process of removal of anthers to prevent self-pollination before dehiscence of anther. So to avoid this is a cross hybridization, is a cross fertilization only. In cross fertilization, there should not be any self-pollination happen. There should not be any self-pollination should happen. So to avoid that self-pollination, we should remove the anther. We should remove the stamen from anther. And this removal of stamens or anthers from the anther is called what? Emasculation. It is the process of removal of anthers to prevent self-pollination before anther dehisce. This is called what? Emasculation. 2 mark question also. Next one is backing. The stigma of the flower is protected against any undesirable pollen grains by covering it with a bag. Okay, right. So next one is backing. Backing stigma, which is the female part of the flower, is protected by covering it with bag. Why should it protect? So when we kept it open, any undesirable pollen grains can come in contact with the stigma. So that we have to cover the stigma part of the female with a bag, and this process is called backing. Next one is crossing. Transfer of pollen grain from selected male flower to the stigma of the female emasculated flower. Okay, what is mean by female? What is mean by crossing? Now we have to transfer the pollen grain of desirable male flower to the stigma of the emasculated female flower. What is emasculated? Already the female flower, the plants of the female flower possess male flower also. When we left a male flower as it is, there should be a chance of self-pollination. To avoid that, we have done already emasculation. That is, we have cut the anther before dehisces itself. Okay, when we cut all before dehisces, there won't be any chance of falling pollen grains on the stigma of the female flower. So that we can do the cross pollination effectively, right? So in that emasculated female flower, we have to transfer the pollen grains of decided male plant. Okay, so this is called what? Crossing. Then after crossing, harvesting seeds and raising plants. The pollination leads to fertilization and finally seed formation takes place. Okay, once we dust the pollen grains over the surface of the stigma, there is a pollination, and after pollination, germination of pollen tube and gamete formation, fertilization, zygote formation, and after that zygote develop into seed and ovary develop into fruits, and the seeds are again collected and used for the cultivation. This is called what? Harvesting seeds and raising plants. The pollination leads to fertilization and finally seed formation takes place. The seeds are grown into new generation which are called hybrids. Next one is types of hybridization. Children, here you have 5 points for steps involved in hybridization. So it is an important 5-mark question. Please bracket it and make thorough this. Next one is types of hybridization. According to the relationship between the male and female plants, hybridization divided into intravarietal hybridization. You can clear with the word intravarietal. Intra means what? Within. Varietal means what? Variety. Within the same variety, we can do the hybridization, the cross between the plants of same variety. Such crosses are useful only in self-pollinated crops. That is called intravarietal hybridization. Intervarietal hybridization. Next one is intervarietal hybridization. That is hybridization between two different species. That is called what? Intervarietal hybridization. The cross between the plants belonging to two different varieties of the same species and is also known as intraspecific hybridization. This technique has been the basis of improving self-pollinated as well as cross-pollinated flowers. So, intravarietal hybridization takes place only in the self-pollinated flowers. But here, this type intervarietal hybridization can done both in self-pollinated as well as cross-pollinated crops. Okay, so the hybridization between the different varieties of the same species. Okay, different varieties of the same species is called intervarietal hybridization. Next, interspecific hybridization. The cross between the plants belonging to different species belonging to the same genus is also called intergenic hybridization. So, the cross between the plants belonging to two different species is called interspecific hybridization, but their genera, the two species of genera are same. So that is called what? Interspecific hybridization. It is commonly used for transferring the genes of disease, insect, pest and drought resistance from one species to another. Example, Gossypium hirsutum and Gossypium arboreum are an example of interspecific hybridization. When you note the examples of interspecific hybridization, Gossypium hirsutum. Gossypium is the genus name, hirsutum is the species name. And another one is Gossypium arboreum. So both species of plants have common genus, but the species only differ. When this kind of hybridization take place in the plants, it is said to be Interspecific hybridization. Next, intergeneric hybridization. Yes, you could understand. That is hybridization between the two genera is called intergeneric hybridization. The crosses are made between the plants belonging to two different genera. The disadvantages are hybrid sterility, time consuming, and expensive procedure. Example, Rhabdobrassica triticale is an example. About this, we can refer the chapter 4. So this is about what types of hybridization. Next one is heterosis. What is mean by heterosis? What is mean by heterosis? Actually, the superiority of the F1 hybrid over their parents is called heterosis. Okay, heterosis. G. H. Shull was the first scientist to use the term heterosis in 1912. The superiority of the F1 hybrid in performance over its parents is called heterosis or hybrid vigor. Vigor refers to increase in growth. What does the vigor means? It is resistant to disease, pest and drought over their parents is called vigor. Vegetative propagation is the best suited measure for maintaining hybrid vigor, since the desired characters are not lost and can persist over a period of time. Many breeders believe that the magnitude of the heterosis is directly related to the degree of genetic diversity between the two parents. Depending on the nature, origin, adaptability, and reproducing ability, heterosis can be classified as. So this heterosis also classified into two types. One is euheterosis, another one is pseudoheterosis. What is euheterosis? This is U means what? True. This is the true heterosis which is inherited and is further classified as two types: mutational euheterosis, balanced euheterosis. Okay. The simplest what about mutational hybridization? Mutational euheterosis is the simplest type of euheterosis and result from the sheltering or eliminating of the deleterious, unfavorable, often lethal recessive mutant genes by their adaptively superior dominant alleles in cross-pollinated crops. Okay, so this is it. That is, euheterosis happened due to mutation of genes or lethal genes. It is called mutational euheterosis. Balanced euheterosis, well-balanced gene combination which is more adaptive to environmental conditions and agricultural usefulness. This is called what? Balanced euheterosis. Then pseudoheterosis, pseudo means false, also termed as luxuriance. Progeny possess superiority over parents in vegetative growth but not in yield and adaptation, usually sterile or poorly fertile. So in pseudoheterosis, progeny possess superiority over parents in vegetative growth but not in the yield and adaptation. So they usually sterile or poorly fertile. This is about what heterosis and its types. It is also 5 mark question, children. Please note it. Next, mutation breeding. So mutation, you know very well. A sudden change in a gene is called what? Mutation. Due to sudden changes, there is a beneficial effect can appear in the plant body, and this leads to what? New varieties and advantages over some characters. That is called what? Mutation breeding. Muller and Stadler coined the term mutation breeding. It represents a new method of conventional breeding procedure, as they have the advantage of improving the defect without losing agronomic and quality characters in agriculture and crop improvement. Mutation means sudden heritable change in the genotype or phenotype of an organism. Gene mutation are of considerable importance in plant breeding, as they provide essential inputs for evolution as well as for recombination and selection. It is the only method for improving seedless crops. Okay, so underline it. The method of plant breeding which is the only method of plant breeding which is involved in improving seedless crops is mutation breeding. So you know very well about mutation. Mutation is nothing but sudden heritable changes in the genotype or phenotype of an organism. So how the mutation takes place? Next it's given. Radiation such as ultraviolet, short wave, X-ray, alpha and beta, gamma waves, and many chemicals such as cesium, EMS, that is ethyl methane sulfonate, nitromethylurea, induce mutation to develop new varieties of crops. Example, triple gene dwarf wheat with increase in yield and height. Automata to rice with salinity tolerance and pest resistance. Please note it, children. Triple gene dwarf with is an example to increase the yield and height. One mark question. And the rice developed by mutational breeding, resistance to salinity tolerance and pest resistance. Okay. So what are the agents which are involved in the mutation? Or ultraviolet, short wave, X-ray, alpha, beta, gamma wave, and many chemicals such as cesium, EMS, nitromethylurea induce mutation to develop new varieties of crops. Okay. So next is polyploid breeding. About polyploid breeding I will discuss with you in my next class, children. And homework will be first one, what is hybridization. Explain the various steps involved in hybridization, 1 5-mark question. And second 5-mark question, actually it's book back also. What are the steps involved in hybridization, only book back question. Please refer the book back, children. And various types of hybridization method in plants, another one 5-mark question. Next, what is heterosis? Mention and explain the various types of heterosis. Or the 3 5-mark question. Complete it, children. I'll get you in my next session. Bye.